Hi, my name is Damian Merlina. I moved to Los Angeles in 2003, and then in December of 2003, I went to visit my family in Oregon, and I got into a car accident and I lost my arm. And I still can't find it. I'm a stand-up comedian. I've been a stand-up comedian for about 20 years. I was made a paid regular at the world famous Comedy Store by Mitzi Shore in 2003. I'm also a painter, and I paint in a lot of different mediums. I mostly paint with acrylic and pen. I do abstract impressionism. I do contour line drawings. I do a lot of different mediums of art. And to make my living, to meet my bills, I drive for Lyft.
Give it up. She's one of my favorites. Give it up for Damian Merlina. Woo! Damian Merlina.
Okay, let's get down to business. When I stand like this, does it make me look like I have two arms? People are very bold. They walk up to me all the time and they're like, "Hey, Damian, what happened to your arm?" Like, "Oh, it was a vending machine. I love Cheetos." "Hey, Damian, what happened to your arm?" "It was a fisting accident. I'm never doing that again."
People sometimes get confused because in my comedy act, I talk so much about my arm. And it's my way of owning it and taking it back, because I say, like, whatever you're gonna say about my arm, I'm gonna say first, you know? So I went to the Comedy Store. I went on stage and I was just like doing my comedy and it was killing. Everyone was laughing so hard. And then Mitzi Shore, the owner of the Comedy Store, came in and she saw me and she passed me and made me a paid regular. So that was like a really big deal. When you are good at something, then people just all hate you.
I was talking to this girl in Los Angeles, comedian. Her name is Damian Merlina. She's so annoying. She's the worst. She's so annoying. Also, she has one arm. She smelled. She stunk. She had that fat smell.
Because these terrible things happen and you feel ashamed and they're not your fault, and you can still go on and to do wonderful things and to be kind, and no matter what happens to you.
Hello, attention, you amazing veterans. We want to make you laugh.
When I was a little girl, my mom was like, if you're a good girl, mommy's gonna give you a cookie. If you're a good girl, mommy's gonna give you some ice cream. Then you grow up and you're fat, like everybody's mad.
Do you know? Are you really to
The two highest platforms that comedy can reach, it's tied. One is just sheer laughter, because people need to laugh and it's so special and so wonderful. So I think that that is tied with making people think, making people reconsider something. One, to make people laugh, and two, to make people think. I think those are the most powerful things you can do in comedy.
She's an amazing artist, isn't she? So unique with her style, so specific with her color, such a critical eye. And then obviously a lot of her paintings are what's in her heart and her head.
She went through a phase where she painted a lot of figures without limb, without an arm, or without something. And I think that was her way of her own therapy. As artists, we take from what we're feeling and we put it out there. It's nice to see her, evolving.
This painting is called The Show Must Go On. And so I always wanted to be an entertainer for all my life. I knew I wanted to be an actress since I was a little girl. And when I had my accident and I lost my arm, my dream didn't die. So I knew I was still going to be an actress. And this painting represents that, like, this is something that happened to me, but I won't let it define me, because who you are is in your head and in your heart. And so, like, I knew that I was going to keep going, and you have to get up like a mother lion. You have to get up like an elephant, and you have to go, I must carry on. This is 6 or 7 days into the hospital, I wrote this. Sometimes we are asleep and our voices are awake. This was one of these many times it was just better to lay to page all that kept my lids flickering. All the words that had their way with me, and I had my way with sleep. You see people. I really see people and have been given opportunities to exchange many moments with them, meaningful moments. My arm is ripped off, and suddenly I am insightful and honest. Tragedy lends a kind of seriousness to you that you cannot buy. My wounds are minute when you realize how healed I've become in the process. I was made to change the world. I was made to change the world with only one arm. And the breeze feels amazing. And whenever I had my accident, like, you think, oh, hi America, and you like apply for disability. And they denied me. They were like, nope. And then I tried to find like different advocates and like whatever to help me like get disability. And like, it just never happens. Like, and I just gave up. Like, I was just like, okay, I'll just like work as many weird small jobs as I can, you know, like I'll clean houses, I'll make this painting, I'll do this, like just to survive. I first started doing Lyft like 2.5 months ago, maybe. So this past week, I needed $1,000 to pay my rent by Monday. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, which would mean that I was gonna drive like 14 hours every day for the next 3 or 4 days. Last week when you guys were here, I got a message from this man that I dog sit for like a lot. Can you dog sit for the next 2 weeks? And I was like, hallelujah! And I was like, here's my $1,000 to pay my rent.
She had a lot of torment, I think, inside her as a kid. Comedy is a catalyst for her to get rid of the pain. Yeah.
Only really good comics have been really a lot of pain.
When I was in high school, I had a very best friend. She got in an accident exactly the same as my accident, like it was a rollover. So my best friend Kimberly was in an accident and she died. And I loved her more than everything. So then I was in my accident and I just had this crazy like flashback of a memory. And I was like, Kimberly was there. And so I had this memory of like laying flat and bleeding to death. And then like Kimberly was like floating above me. And I was like, hello. And I was like, okay, let's go. I'm ready to go. And she was like, no, you have too much left to do. You have to stay.
Angry. There's a lot of things that she's angry about the way people treat each other.
Human beings, our job is to help other human beings. There are people that are gonna fight me like, it's not my job, it's not my job. Okay, well, you're a dick.
She wants to laugh about it, and she wants to make you laugh about it and make you think about it at the same time.
Comedy, there's a lot of different versions of comedy, but a big version of comedy comes from pain. I think that people have comedy to survive their life. There's a famous poet named Sylvia Plath, and she has a quote, and she said, "You ask me why I spend my life writing. It's because there is a voice inside me that will not be still." I think it's very important to live free. That is my like foundation of life. I want everyone to want to be themselves. I want everyone to be free to go like, you know what? I want to wear like a purple hair today. Like I want to have this goofy bag, and I want that freedom for everybody.